Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday afternoon. This is Connie and I'm live today. And I did not plan anything really solid to do today. I decided I wanted to play with this season greetings special because, you know, I never did really get a chance to pull it out before, like, the special was over, so I'm sorry it's not available anymore, but I'm dying to play with it a little bit. So what they did with this special, which is something they do pretty much every holiday or the last few holidays, is they made half of it like very winter themed snow. Hi, Noelle. And then the other half of it summery themed because not everybody has a snowy Christmas or a snowy winter. Some people have very hot and summery winters, right? So they made the papers. Let me pull out the paper pack here. Sorry. I should have had this all together. Steve showed up about, I don't know, half an hour ago, and he brought a car for Jen to test drive. And of course I had to test drive it because it's been a while since I've test driven a car. My husband used to sell cars a long time ago. He sold cars for a friend and he was really good at it, but it was such bizarro hours that he didn't decide to stick with it. So he can still, so what happens right now is all these car dealerships have all these cars and they're selling the same day they get them in. And so if you want to test drive a car, you're out of luck because good luck finding a dealership with cars in stock. Anyway, a friend called him. So that's how we got the car to test drive. Okay, so here's the paper. One side of it is wintry with the scarves and the snowballs and the mittens, and the other side is summery with the flip-flops and the seashells and that kind of thing, sunglasses. And then this paper has snow, and the other side, seashells. And then there's a few pieces that are more just patterned, and so we have this peach color, green on one side, peach on the other, and this all over sort of swirly print, and on the back side this stripe. And then we have this one that says baby it's cold outside, brr, winter wonderland. And then if you flip it over, baby it's hot outside, sandy and bright, jingle shells. Very cute. Okay, so I decided I'm going to be working on, and then I want to show you this. The hero print is this one, which has the snowman, and on the other side is the sandman. So I think these are really cute. Hi, Heather. I decided I am feeling a little bit uninspired. So I'm just working on some layouts. A couple of page layouts today. This is the cardstock pack for this special, and I'm just gonna kind of wing it. And since I'm distracted by cleaning up all my Christmas stuff, and it's nice enough today to walk the dog. There were tornado warnings outside, you guys. What the hell? I'm sorry, but what the hell? It is January. That is so wrong. But they actually had tornadoes last night. I'm like, what happened to our weather? We're so screwed up. Anyway, I didn't really come over to the craft house to plan. So here's what I'm going to do. Make It From Your Heart. Volume 3 is a combination of layouts and cards, and it's a pretty big, you get a lot of patterns. And then number 4 is all cards. And so I just put them in one of the albums, and I kind of flipped through and tried to find one that I thought, oh, this will be great for my Disney pictures. This will be great. And so I decided to go with this one because, not because I was swayed by this summer picture, but I really like this and how it has room right here to add decoration, because I really want to use these stickers, and I don't really have a lot of pictures that I want to use sandmen on, but I do have enough from my winter Disney trip that I can make like a little scene there. And I also have several small pictures that I can put on this page, so I'm like, okay, that's cool. Now what's nice about this is that it has a pattern. It shows that you need 3 different papers, a zip strip, and a pocket card, which I won't use. I'll just make my own thing. But I thought, this is a great way to work on something crafty when you're not feeling all that inspired, right? Now, I thought about doing a winter one also, but I have a feeling that since my husband's taking a long lunch and my daughter's test driving that car, they're going to be bursting into the house in the middle of this to tell me all about this car. It would not shock me at all if they show up. So what I did was I had pulled a couple of colors that also go in addition. Like if you're liking that winter side, look at that with the sapphire blue. And I also kind of like the idea of adding a little bit of red, not a lot, but just a little bit of red to this layout. So we'll see how that goes. You know, I also pulled my Capri glitter paper, which is like, it's a little much for a camera, but I'm gonna set those aside for just a minute. Okay, and pick which things I want. Now I think I'm gonna do a 2-page layout, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start with a white base. I may change my mind, but that's my plan to start with. I really love this stripe. I like the stripe. It has all those colors in it, and I really like when I look at what I want to use as my main thing. I want to use the hero print because it is just, it's too fun to not use if you have the opportunity. So I'm going to use that. I really like the green with it. Oh, there they are. Yeah. Okay. Are you going back to work? All right. Is she at home? Yeah. Okay, cool. They're back. Okay. I think these are the 3 main colors that I'm going to use. And then I'm just going to add some of the extra colors. I think that will be good for Disney, right? I have some, it's actually, I have some universal pictures that I think will go really well on here. I'm going to set these aside for now. That doesn't mean I won't need them in a minute. I need like more table space. Hold on just a second. Okay. The first thing I'm going to do is cut off these zip strips because this one is a stripe. I'm not crazy about that one. I probably won't use that one for this layout. And then what's this one? This one is the seashells. Now that one's kind of nice, especially since I'm doing Florida pictures. That's a possibility. And I want the green, not the peach. And then what's this one? This one is pine trees. I definitely will not use the pine trees on my Florida pictures. Let me just take a look at the other zip strips really quick because I should have a couple of different options. Snow. Ooh, that melony color is kind of nice. Oh, I like the turquoise color. I think I'm gonna grab it. I think that might work pretty well. Between the melon and the turquoise, I might use one of those. I really like this paper a lot. You know, there's a lot of possibilities when it's two-sided and two-themed, because honestly, just because I'm doing Florida pictures doesn't mean I can't add snowflakes, because I have actually quite a few pictures of where they, you know, made fake snow and shot snow out to the crowd, that kind of thing. And so around Christmas, you know, you get into that magical time of year in Florida. Okay, I'm going to set that behind me for just a sec, and let's take a look at the cutting guide one more time. All right, maybe I'll just take this out to start. I'm trying to save a little space on my table. It is a little bit crowded. All right, so there's my cutting guide, so it won't take me very long. This is a quick one. I'm gonna use those. Okay, so when you look at the cutting guide, it tells you letters that coordinate up here, and it looks to me like what will show the most is probably this 4x10, because it goes across the back there, and probably this one right here that goes behind the photo. So I think I'm going to make this long piece, this E piece, my hero print, and I'm going to trim it horizontally. So it is a 4.5 by 10 3/4, and I think I'm going to make it even bigger because I really want it to show. So I'm going to make it 5 by 10 3/4 because I really want that to show. And then I'm pretty much done with that one. And then I also need a smaller vertical piece of that. That is 2 3/4 by 7 3/4. So I'm pretty fast. I'm a pretty fast cutter, and I'm making this one only 7. I'm going to make my main picture a little smaller. Okay, now I can do the one on the side, and I think it's going to be, it looks like all the mats are, all the photo mats are just going to show around the edge, and I think that might be good for the green. So I'm going to do this one. So I'm going to cut that 5 1/4, 7 1/4. So I'm gonna kind of start laying these out in 2 piles of which side these go on, and then I need 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay. And that will go over here. And 4 1/4, 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. I'm cutting a couple more. Sorry, I'm mumbling to myself so that I don't mess anything up, because you know I probably will. Now these little 3 at the bottom, I might do in more of a teal. I might do in a 4th color rather than again in the green. So I just want it to really, you know, look Florida-ish. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one which is 3.5. 3.5, and I make it about the same as the other. 7. All right. And let's see, this one I'm going to cut down just a little. Okay, I think I have all my pieces cut. Now, what I don't have cut is the zip strip, and I did not, so there's one here, and there's one up here, and then I did not cut these photo mats because I want to see how it looks on the page before I decide to do that. So let me just move a few things out of the way so that I can make some space for my layouts. All right. I kind of like doing these, like cutting guides. You know, Margie puts sketches a lot on the virtual cropper thing, and I really enjoy that. Oh, look how cute those are. I want those to show. I think I may just put 2 on here for now. And then this, on this side, these 2 go together. I don't know if you can see that. Yes. Okay. These 2 go together. And then this is like a photo mat that goes on top of it. So cool. I think I need some of the melon over here. And the decision is, do I want it up here at the top as my zip strip? I do like that. I do like that. All right. And that one, they have it measured at 6 1/4 inches, which I think I'm going to make mine bigger. I'm going to make it like 8 inches. I want more of that color. I like it. And then I have a little bit of that teal that I can put over here. Oh, cool. Cool, cool. I'm just going to trim that down. They have that measured at 4 3/4, which that's about right. Okay, so I can scoot that over and put that right here. Ah, I love it. Okay, so what's missing down here, I think, is that teal color. This is, you could use Lagoon, you could use Glacier, you could use one of the papers from the kit, we could use the seashell paper. The main thing is we just want something down here in that color to go. And I'm looking at the sticker sheet to see if there's anything that I think would be really cool down there. And there's nothing big. Like if this was the right color, something like that would look really neat. I still may be able to use a little bit of that. When I look at the overall layout, inspiration layout, I pretty much have, they added a piece right there of cardstock as a background. I'm kind of liking that idea. Something a little more solid right there. What color? I don't know. You guys have any ideas what I should add? Let me grab my... It might be cool to use this piece here and then make a solid photo mat here. Like, so I'm just moving things around. I kind of like the pale side of the Lagoon paper, and I could use that down at the bottom. It makes it look very summery, and that could be my photo mat. I like that. Let's see. Actually, that's Glacier. This is Lagoon. It's a little dark. Even the pale side, I think, is a little dark. So I think Glacier it is. I could add my, a little bit of my blingy. Let me see, I'm going to do 2.5. So it's really fun to have a jumping off point when you kind of have an idea of what you are going to use your layout for. But if you have no idea, you can just follow it to a T, right? You could just put that on there. Yeah, I think I like the light side of that. All right, let me cut the 3. And I'll just put those here. I'm liking how this is looking. Okay, now, remember how I said what's really cool is you can add like a little scene here. I really think we have some possibilities for making, like, using the little sticker sheet to make like a little scene with the sand. And the other thing I did was I cut out some of the pieces of the stamp set that came with this. So we have Sandy and Bright. That's adorable. Little sandals, several little shells, a couple of Sandman or snowmen. I love the little crab with the lights. Oh, that's adorable. Hi, Karen. What are you guys up to today? I'm like, I tell you what, my daughter is driving a car that's about 25 years old. She bought it. I'm going to go ahead and glue these parts down while I chat. She bought it from a lady who was elderly, and she, nope, no, I think I'll keep it green. She was elderly and could no longer drive, and she had a car that had been garaged for many years, and it was a 1998 Nissan Sentra. And when my daughter bought it, it was in absolute perfect, I'm not kidding, like brand new condition. It looked brand new. But of course, you know, it was like 15 years old. And she's been totally driving the heck out of it. She has no idea what it's like to drive a real beater because that car was so nice. All right. I love that. So, what'd you say, Heather? Cleaning. Oh, you know, I bet you're kind of excited to have your kids back near home. It feels wrong to cover up this winter paper, by the way. Yeah. And I'm not putting a lot of adhesive on because I may want to tuck behind it a little bit. But I am going to line it up with this. For those of you guys who don't know, Heather's kids are like those super high achievers, and they were able to play in the band. One of them played in London, right? And one at the bowl game. Oh my gosh. I just think that's really incredible. I just think that's incredible. All right. All the major pieces are done. I'm putting this here. These idea books, sometimes I look at them and I think, gosh, that's so basic. But it gives me a great jumping off point. Like if you received this as a Hostess Club layout from me, I think you'd be pretty happy with it. Remember how I said I may add a little tiny pop of red? I may put just a little bit of red matte around those, just a sliver. I'm not sure. I got out my markers. I definitely want this adorable crab on here. The other thing I did was, you know, they have these embellishments that come, you know, in a baggie. They have the winter ones, which are a lot of snowflakes and snow items. And then they had the summer ones, which I can kind of dump out and show you. One says Jingle Shells, and it has all the inner letters also. So technically, you have Jingle twice. There's little blue seashells. These little, I love the little sand dollars. The little crab. That adorable little, I really like the sunglasses too. Those are cute. Oh, you know, it would be really neat. You know, I really like these. All right, I like these little snow looking pieces. All right, I'm gonna put those back in my dish for a sec. Now that I have an idea in my head of what I kind of want. Okay, so I'm putting those down. And these are the little pieces that I started with. And I think what would be really cute, since I went to Disney at Christmas, is to do Christmas lights at the top. And instead of hanging lights, hang these little seashells that I stamped as the Christmas lights. Oh, I think that'll be adorable. Okay, so I think I need black. I need to find my black pen. Okay. Ta. All right, you guys, here goes that random thing. It is so hard to be random when you don't want to be, like, I am a very geometric, everything's got to be a certain way kind of person, but I am going to just draw a line kind of willy-nilly across my page. Like that. Oh, I like how that looks. All right, and I want it to start about right here. Okay, now I gotta do the other one. All right. I love how that looks. That'll be pretty cool. And now I can put my little, what are these? Not sand dollars. What are those? Starfish hanging. And I want to make them even numbered on each side. I can't remember how many I stamped. So I'm going to just sort of put them across, going back and forth because I can't remember. I really love these, how these look. And I like how they look. They do kind of look like ornaments or something hanging, right? There's another green. And then what else do I have? Oh, it looks like I did like the capri blue and the, what's the color I'm thinking of? Not sea foam. Hold on. Sea breeze. Sea breeze. I like them. I like these. This looks really neat. I'm liking how this is turning out. Not bad for just winging it, I guess. Okay, and then I want to put at least one more on each page. I might put another blue. I think I'll put another orange one. This is actually melon. I keep calling it orange and different colors, but it's actually melon, which is the color of the year. And Okay, so I have a couple of those left. Ooh, that's neat. I like how that looks. You know, I have all these little, these are sand dollars. I have some of them that I stamped in shortbread and some of them I stamped in toffee. And I could add those as well, but I'm gonna wait. And I also have these kind of shells that I did not color, and those could be added to the mix just to make it a little different. But I got out my markers, and I got out my, I am going to do something a little bit bold. I have peach, I have a blending brush. You guys are going to be like, what is she doing? I am going to just really do a light touch and make a peach blob down here at the bottom. And I want it to be big enough for that. I want it to have, I either want to put the snowman there or over here in this corner. So I'm going to do 2 peach blobs. And one of them I want the Sandy and Bright message. I'm just not sure which side yet. So here goes my, there's one. Okay. I still have that little sunglasses on there. It's like I don't want to forget. I might want to use that. And I'm going to put another blob right here. This peach color is so light. I was going to grab melon. I was afraid it would be too much. And like peach and melon are just, you know, a shade or two off of each other. And so I thought, oh, let's do the soft one just in case. I just grabbed it. Okay, we'll see. I like how that adds a little color to the page. I don't have these on yet. And I definitely am using this crab. So let's color him in. I have the Coral Blends light to dark. And I think I'll start with the lightest color for him, like that. And then I don't have to color the whole thing since I'm going to do some shading. Okay, that is the 3rd color of the Coral Blends. And now I'm going to go to the 2nd marker. This is the shades, and I'm going to do the lightest color. And let's see what I can do, how much bolder that is. Oh yeah, I like that. I'm just going to outline it, and then I'm going to do a little bit of shading. On my crab. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. So I love how that looks. I'm going to take my lighter color again, and I'm going to go over this just around the edge just to blend that in so I don't have like such a harsh line. And if I wanted even more, I could take the one of the boldest colors. So let me just show you. This is the darkest color, and I'm just going to barely make a line, and I'm gonna just add a couple of little dots here and there. Sometimes I just tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. And now he looks like this, and you can see it's a little, it needs a little blendy. So you go back with your lighter color again and just sort of shade that in and go around that harsher line, and you're gonna get him looking really blendy. Look how cute, 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 cute. Okay, I really love it. now all I need to do is color in the lights. Now I picked out colors that were like the colors of this kit, okay? As close as I could. And I'm just gonna, oh, I don't even have that open. Hold on a minute. I have 2 of those. Try again. Okay, so I'm just going to use the yellow in random places. And then the palest color of true blue that kind of matches the blue in there. And then the palest color of the light green blend. I know it's weird, but it's a little hard to see the colors when I'm holding them out away from me like this. And then the coral color, I'm gonna try on the blend the 3rd color, like the very first color I started with. I think is pretty close. And I'm just gonna finish those off. Okay. Wow. He's cute. Now see, that didn't take me a really long time, and I really think he adds a lot to the page. I can add him wherever. I could add him on my journaling card that I could that I can make on here. Or even next to the Sandy and Bright. Oh, I like that. All right, hold on a minute. Let me get my Sandy and Bright. So the Sandy and Bright, I haven't ever used before. I'm going to peel it off really carefully. Right? And let's see if I have a block big enough here. I have a 2x3 block. All right, so what I want to do is I want to rub it on something, use an eraser, rub it on my hand, and what that does is it gets that oils from the processing off of these clear stamps. When you very first use them, they just have some kind of finish that resists ink. All right, let's see. How about if I do that in Capri? I think that'll look good, especially on that peachy color. So when I ink this up, I usually like to ink it up and look through it and see if I have any blops of ink that are missing. Like you can kind of see it's a little blotchy in places. It might be good for me to stamp this on a piece of scratch paper because you just never know if it's going to turn out. Hold on just a sec. My scratch paper, I used like tons and tons of it, and so now I'm going to have to get more. I use my computer paper as my scratch paper. I'm putting this foam under here. Hi Crystal, thanks for joining us. I have a tendency to be a little, chatty, and so almost all of my lives take like an hour now because I like to show lots of techniques so that you can add them to your books or to your cards. Okay, I pushed. You don't want to rock. I've just pushed. I lift up. Ooh, I'm liking that. It's cute. All right, washed him off and put him away. If I don't put him away right away, I'll lose him. I will lose him. All right, I really like how that looks. Isn't that cute? And I really like how that guy looks right next to him. So I'm going to go ahead and add that while I'm thinking about it. All right, ta-da! These little, I keep flinging my paper around and my little photo mats keep flying. I should tack them down. I'm not sure how I'm going to do them yet, though. I could do them like this and leave this space for journaling, or I could leave them apart. I'm just not sure yet. So, that blob of color underneath, look at how cool that looks. It really added to it, and especially if you're like me, I have a tendency to use a lot of white bases because it's not that I'm afraid of color or anything, but I like to stamp on my pages, and sometimes it's just safer and easier to start with white. I don't know. You think over here? I think it'll look really nice. And I like how the snowmen look there. And especially if I'm going to add some snowmen here. Yeah, those look really nice. All right, I'm going to tack them in place then because they're driving me crazy. I got it flopping around all over the place. Now, sometimes I tack my photo mats in place until I get my pictures. I may use like a 4x6 there, which will be just fine. I mean, I don't get hung up on my photo mats being just perfect all the time for every little thing. I just don't. So, if I use a 4x6 photo, fine. If I use, you know, a horizontal photo in this space, I don't care. It doesn't matter. But I do think these little snowmen are cute. I think I'd like to add them here. And I could add, what else do I want to do? I don't know what I want to do. He's cute. That's really adorable with the little sunglasses on there. But I like that there's two of them. Most of the pictures I have of this trip are of me and Steve. And so I think that will work. I may leave them white because even though it's not technically snowman, I'm going to bring those coral shades out again and do the hat while I'm trying to decide about the snowman. So you'll notice when I color that I am not the most particular person. Okay, now I'm going to go to the shades. And part of that is because you don't have to be with these tri-blend markers. All the colors are kind of picked for you. And so you can just, you know, I start here, now I'm going to go to here, and I'm just going to do a little less. There are some people who like to do the darkest areas first and then go lighter because they think it's easier, and you can do whatever you want. I'm not a, you know, world-class colorer, but I do think that my stamped images look pretty good on my pages, so I'm not too worried. Now that I have that hat, I'm going to go back with a lighter shade and go over it again, just to blend some of that color a little bit. So it's not just a big old harsh line outlining the hat. Sometimes I blend so much I have to go back in with the dark color again. That's, that's the only thing. Cute, cute, cute. And then I grabbed my gold brown because I thought, you know, I could do their little, I could do these in brown. I'm on the fence about the brown. Since I used the colors at the top up there, I think it'd be kind of fun to make them colorful too. So let me just see what I have here. Maybe I want to make them colorful. I have that pale blue. And I think the green would look good. All right. right. Yeah, I like that. Okay, their noses. I don't want to go too wonky. I could use the darker color of the coral for their nose. That starts getting kind of red. I pulled my burnt orange. Let's just see. Let's see. For this one anyway. Yeah. I like it. Okay. Now the other one is more of a seashell though. I don't know if you can see that very well. See, it's like one of those little spiral shells. So maybe I will use the coral for that one. It's more of a pinky color. All right. Yeah, I like it. Ta-da. Now, to give the whole thing a little more dimension, sometimes I'll take like an aqua blue or an ice gray or a real pale blue, and I will like go around the edges, you know, just real light, because, you know, if it really was snow, which this would be sand, I realize. I cut a bunch of them in case this looked really bad. I thought, I can always fix it later if I need to. But, you know, the idea is to give it a little dimension and make it look kind of round and not have it just a white blob on your page, right? So I'm just real light drawing a circle around the edge. That is harder to do than it looks, but it doesn't have to be perfect. And then the other thing I could do is use my shimmer pen a little bit, because you know that's how I am. I love that shimmer pen. I think that's really cute. Now, to give dimension to that hat, instead of using blue, I'll use the ice gray light color and kind of go around it. And that way it doesn't look flat, you know, it'll look like it has a little something going. There we go. Okay, ta-da. Let me show you. This is why, like, for the Hostess Club people, the 50% off those markers is a great deal, because it's really wonderful to have like a whole array of markers that will match your, that'll kind of match or coordinate with your papers. So I like that. And then let's see, what do I want to do? I could put some shells down here. I kind of like the toffee colored sand dollars better. I have a little pile of both. I could do a couple of those. I could put one in his hand. And I have a couple of different seashells. So I have this style. I just think it'd be really kind of neat to have like a little pile of shells, you know, around their feet, so to speak. Does that make sense? Yeah. Just kind of at the bottom like that. And I just need to color them whatever color I want. It is hard to decide, but let's see. If I color these two the same. So we have a place in town that sells cars, and the car that Jen is test driving, they are selling it, because they're selling the same day they get them, $3,000 over the sticker, the invoice. $3,000 over. And I'm like, how can you That's so wrong. And then there's a place about an hour from here that is, I've bought like my last 3 cars from them. They're incredible, amazing people. And they have already told us that if Jen decides what she wants, they are ordering some cars. They should get like 4 in the next month, and they will order the color that she wants with all the things that she wants. And then even if she doesn't like the car, they know that it'll sell, but if she loves it, that way she'll get what she wants. And they do not sell over invoice. So guess where we're buying the car? I mean, come on. Why do people do that? It feels so shady, you know? Anyway, I just thought that was interesting. That's just an interesting thing going on in my life right now that we've been chatting about the last few days. I wish I had my pictures to show you what they look like on here, because I'll have to get them out and put a few on here, because I think you'll be like, oh, that turned out really nice. It's really, I wish I would have had the chance to show this special more when we were like before Christmas and stuff, but oh my gosh, there was just so many things going on. It was a little crazy. All right, I'm gonna put foam tape on a couple of these. Like that. I'll put the rest on flat. So the other thing I'm working on, I gotta put him on. I've been kind of working a little bit on some Valentines, and I gotta tell you, those that mailbox stamp, I'm dying to show it to you. It is so fun and so cool. I just need I need to get my Christmas stuff put away so that I can like focus on my crafting. You know, I feel like I'm a wimpy whiner because I used to work like 1,000,000 hours a week, and I still got my crafting done just fine. But here I am, like trying to fit crafting in just like I was working full time, but I'm not. All right. I hope that you guys are liking this. I'm still on the fence about whether or not I'm gonna add any shells to the top. I'm thinking not. I really like this. Do I add sunglasses? Yeah. Crafting done on less sleep is right. I feel like the last couple nights I've had less sleep anyway. My diabetic cat is driving us all a little bit crazy. She goes through these phases where her sugars are wacko, and then she'll like bug us at night, and so I'll wake up to her, you know, tapping me on the face or on the head, or pulling my hair, or, you know, whatever. She's just on my nerves lately. I want to use some of these acrylic shapes. I think they're really cute. I like the white one on here better than the blue. I think I am going to use that. And I think I'm about done with this one. How am I on time? Oh, I'm right at an hour. Of course I am. An hour. So crazy. So crazy. I can't believe how much time passes when I'm just messing around. But I want you to I want you guys to, you know, use those sketches and things as a jumping off point. I'd love to see what you're making. Just love this so much. Now, do I want to add red? That's the big question. Is it Christmassy enough? Let me just look. Let me just grab. If I could add a little shimmer. I think a little shimmer would really add a lot. Red, even in a little tiny bit, may be too much, but the shimmer may not be. Let me cut a sliver or two. I'm just gonna cut like a 1/2 inch off of the edge here. All right, I cut it crooked. Good job, Connie. Okay, I think I'm just gonna add a couple little pieces. So I'm just gonna add a couple little pieces at the top. I really like how that looks. And I think I'm gonna add a piece on the edge. Make it look kind of like washi tape or something. I'll just tuck it under a little bit. Ooh, yeah, I like it. All right, that's it. That is what I'm doing. I'm gonna use this page just like that. I love it so much. Let me know what you think. Thanks, Noelle. I like it too. I get carried away with it. I may add a little shimmer to these real quick. I'll just grab it. I have all the colors, of these shimmer brushes, but this is just clear. And sometimes adding a little bit of the shimmer to these really just, it's so cool. It's so cool. And I could have colored it with the shimmer colors. I'm trying to say, oh, there you can see it. You can see it just right. I don't have my lights on today. I decided not to do my, I have like special lights that I use to try to avoid some of these shadows. And, since I was test driving that car, I just didn't have time. By the way, if you're wondering if I like the car, I do. It's a Mazda. It's a Mazda 3 or something like that. Mazda 5. I can't remember. They all have numbers, and the only thing I didn't like about it was the windows seem up high, like when you're sitting inside of it. Like the windows are kind of high